based out of Singapore with approximately 100 portfolio startups from different parts of the world, stages, and sectors. I'm really glad to host this roast session today with the subject matter experts. And I'll just give you a brief background what we did a few weeks back. A few weeks back, EthAum and Cathie AI hosted a thought leadership panel to discuss impact of generative AI on CMO's productivity and budget. That was a fantastic session. We had very elite panel to discuss on the impacts of Gen AI on CMO's function and role. Today, we are hosting a pretty unique and exciting event where subject matter experts are going to roast Cathie AI, and that's why we call it roast session. Now, you may be wondering why Cathie AI and Charmin, CEO of Cathie AI, wants to go through such roasting session. It's because we truly believe in receiving brutal feedback, learning from it, and improving and growing. Just to give you a background, Cathie AI is AI verse of startups, the one-stop shop for marketeers and videographers to create engaging video content leveraging Gen AI. Now, I would request Charmin to do a brief intro, probably 30 seconds, and then I would request jurors to do their introduction, and then we will dive into Cathie AI pitch and questions and answers. Charmin, please go ahead, a brief intro.
Thank you so much, Pankaj. I think it's really exciting to, again, do this with you. This is the second time, and we had a lot of fun the first time. So I'm really looking forward to, talking about what we are doing at Cathie and how we, plan to scale this. So thank you everyone for taking time out from, whichever part of the world that you're joining in. So it's amazing to, speak with like-minded people who are who strongly believe that technology is essentially the future. So at Cathie.ai, what we are doing is that we are building a generative AI platform using which videographers and content marketers would be able to generate video content and primarily short form video ads to 100x their sales through platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, etc. Yeah, that is what we do, and I would love to show you the tool a little later. But yes, thank you so much, Pankaj.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Charmin. So I request you to do an intro, please. Sabrina?
Yeah, hi, everybody. So I'm Sabrina DeVelder. I'm based in Austin, Texas, and I am a VP of Marketing. Most recently, I was VP of Marketing at a company called Asset Bana, which is a asset intelligence platform.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Sabrina. Harsham?
Hi, this is Harsimran, based out of Bangalore, India. And I'm currently working as a group head with Khara Media. It's a company part of Dentsu, and it's into media and media activities, planning of media for various clients.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Harsimran. Kari, please go ahead.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. I'm Karin Regev, and I'm the founder of the Marketing Accelerator. It's a fractional CMO services agency. Previously, I helped build brands at Aqua Security, DataGen, and Alcid in the field of security and AI. Great to be here.
Thanks a lot, Karin. Appreciate your time. Alex, please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm Alex Ganov. I'm with Zappos. I head up customer research and marketing insights based out of Las Vegas.
Fantastic. Appreciate your time, Alex. Jessica, please go ahead.
Sure. Hi, I'm Jessica Zal. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of Percent. We are a 5-year-old startup that is bringing private credit to the marketplace. And I have come from big and small companies, and I am responsible for client acquisition, brand, everything across the whole marketing scale.
Fantastic. May I request Sunil to go ahead, please?
Yeah, hi, good evening all. And thanks to Pankaj and EthAum to have such a wonderful group of people. I am from Mumbai, India, as of now, and got a 2 decades experience in the corporate world where it was all about building brands, companies, and scaling up. Then I decided that I should also become a founder, and now I've got a go-to-market accelerator both in India and US, where we are helping startups set up and scale up. Also a founder and CEO of a very, very innovative tech-based platform for senior citizen and disabled people called the Smiling Souls. And it's lovely to be part of a roasting event where it's a mixture of probably a Shark Tank or roadies, and looking forward. And congratulations to all of you.
Okay, I think I had some issues with my network. Sunil, did you introduce yourself? I'm sorry.
I did. I'm happy to introduce again.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Please go ahead.
Should I start again?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. So my name is Sunil Khosla. I'm based out of Mumbai, India. After working for corporates for 2 decades plus, where I worked in different capacity as a CEO, as a CMO, and of course, part of a lot of innovation series, building a lot of wonderful brands, starting from ITC and of course, moving to fintech and other places. I thought it's my time to become a founder now. And as we speak, I have 2 interests, one in the startup world, second in the social impact world. From a startup perspective, I've got a go-to-market accelerator in India called Unicorn Next, another one in US called North Star Ventures, where we basically help startups and growth stage companies to scale up. From a social impact piece, very proud founder and CEO of a company called the Smiling Souls, or a brand called the Smiling Souls, which is one of its kind tech platform for senior citizen and disabled people. So currently scaling from India to the globe. Thanks to Pankaj and EthAum to give this opportunity to become a cusp of Shark Tank and roadies. I love this, and all the best to Sharmeen and the team.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Sunil. Sharmeen, let's share your screen and get the feedback. Go ahead, please.
Sure. Let me know when you're able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yep, we can see that. Go ahead, please.
Okay, let me just enlarge it. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. So let me give you a little brief about what we are doing at Cathie, and I'd love to answer any questions that you might have post this. So obviously, if you want to create a great video, then these are primarily the 3 things that you would want to do. First, hire a great script writer. Second, you would want to, spend on expensive equipment to get that awesome shot. And lastly, needless to say, you can't overemphasize the fact that a video editor is a must to create magic with the video that, they would end up creating. Or you could also do this. Then instead of spending about $1,000 in creating that beautiful video, you could invest in this platform called Cathie AI, which is the one-stop shop for all video generation requirements that content creators and marketers have globally. This is how the tool essentially works. You would just log in and, enter the text that you want to get a video of, play around with the videos that are being generated through it, and then simulate, add as much content as you want, and then just publish. So that was just a little sneak peek of what the tool can do. So essentially, some of the notable features are that it's a very easy to use interface for quick and efficient video generation. We wanted to keep it as seamless and as simple as possible so that anyone from a 10 to, let's say, 60-year-old can, be playing around with the tool. There's a large repository of, a video content that we have in our database, over 30 million plus videos that we've garnered from multiple sources. And you can also add your own videos, voiceovers to personalize content and, then go ahead and publish. The target market for this essentially, so we are primarily working with direct-to-consumer brands, a bunch of them right now in the US. And, so all the content creators, content generators who are looking at creating content, then businesses who want to, build awareness on their social media platforms, and of course, all the ad agencies who are looking at generating insights to optimize their video content strategy. They would essentially be, the target market that we are chasing. So yeah, this is a little sneak peek of what we are doing, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's see who wants to ask the question. Who wants to start?
I'd like to actually ask one.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi Jessica, please go ahead.
So, how does it actually work? I mean, you just gave a quick synopsis, but I'll be honest with you, like I'm really confused as to how I would actually operate it. Do you actually have a demo that shows how it works?
Sure, I'll tell you how it essentially works. So I don't have the demo on my actually I've logged in from my tab, but I can obviously send it to you. Plus, once you log into the tool, there is a pre-recorded demo on that. So let me just give you a little explanation of how this thing essentially works, right? So the whole idea behind doing this is that, for example, direct-to-consumer brands, right? These are the guys who need to essentially churn out a lot of video content on a daily basis. So how do they do that? Instead of, let's say spending a lot of money on doing so, what you do is that you just log into the platform, you create your own dashboard. And then on that, you can enter the text, like for example, top 5 ways in which you can improve your health, right? And then you put in the text that you want to, get the video for. And then the video pops up. So essentially it is text to video conversion. All of the, machine learning in the back end essentially has done the matching with the content that you put in. And then the video pops up, you get the video, and then, you keep adding, you can add up to 7 to 8 videos, depending on whatever size of content that you want, the length of the video.
Where is the imagery coming from? Where is the video
coming from? So we've built our own database. We've built our own database of 30 million videos. Yeah.
So you're replicating other people's content?
No, this is not other people's content. This is something that is freely available. Yeah. So it's
stock photos.
There are no copyright issues. Yeah, stock videos. We've partnered with multiple platforms, and we've got their content. Yeah.
So Charmaine, how can you add your own brand to it? Because when you create a video,
Right.
you want to make sure that it's within your brand.
Right, yeah. So you can add your own logo, your own customization. You can also upload your own video if you have any pre-recorded videos of your own, right? You can also add that. So it's not like, that you can create an animation or something. You don't do any animation of sorts. Yeah, I'm sorry. There was that interruption. So it's not animation of any sorts. It's not like, that you put in some text and an animated thing pops up. Essentially, this is stock footage, which is, obviously available. And you want to edit that video, put in your own video that you might have recorded. You can do that. And then, add in your logo, your any sort of customization, personalization that you want to do. You can do all of that. And play around with it and then publish.
So I have, I have the same comment in terms of brands want to be unique, and they have their own brand voice, their own brand just guidelines. If you upload your own videos, you skip over, I think, 90% of the benefits that you listed. So you have to spend money on creating your videos, hiring a copywriter, editing, all of that. So honestly, I don't see any benefit of uploading that into another platform to create another video. If you have your own videos, you have your own videos. What I see is, if you have a lot of generic, stock videos, you can create some kind of compilation, I guess, easily. And companies that don't have money for shooting their own videos maybe can use your platform and possibly get around the copyright issues if they just don't want to get in trouble of using copyrighted material. I can see the benefit of that, but for big brands that have their own voice and their own, for example, Zappos has their own very unique attributes and so on. I don't see how that can benefit Zappos, for example, honestly.
Okay.
Can I ask something?
Yeah, Sunil, go ahead.
So I believe Cathie means pure, right?
I'm sorry.
Cathie means pure. It's a Greek word.
So actually, well, probably, but this Cathie, there's a different story to it. But yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so which means that you would love to do a lot of original stuff, which Alex is also saying, and of course there'll be images which are taken from some other places. In July 23, there was a coverage of InStoried and Cathie in Financial Express. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and there was a video which was probably a teaser video for Cathie or introduction of Cathie by InStoried.
Mm-hmm.
In middle of the video, the image that you used had a watermark of story blocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that good or bad?
So it's not bad in any way. So I'll tell you. So I mean, that is basically because we didn't use the premium version that time, right? So
But you
there
are
was that.
advertising for your
There was
own
that
company, your own brand on such a big platform.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who's part of that video creation, the
Mm-hmm.
least he or she could have done was remove that watermark.
Yeah,
Which means
we
that
tried,
someone
but
who's
then
launching
there
a
was a
brand.
problem with that particular platform. No, I completely understand what
But
you're
I'll
saying.
tell you why, because this entire piece is giving something original, right? Or at least the output level. But when someone sees that, he or she will not get the confidence that a big
Yeah.
company launching from US, a new brand, and the video which is being used to promote the new company or the new concept itself is not checked thoroughly.
Right.
It's
No,
a
I
big
completely
miss. So
understand.
it
There was
shatters my
a
confidence.
No, I completely understand what you're saying. That was a different thing altogether. We had given them something else and they, put another one that was out of our
But at a
hands.
founder level or at a team level, probably that should not have been a miss, because it's your
No, it wasn't a
company.
miss from our side. It was from that particular, platform which uploaded that post, right?
I think we should move on to the
I don't
next
want to name
question.
them, but
Okay, next one.
I have another question actually. Can
Please.
you help me understand,
Go ahead.
Sharvin, can you help me understand one of the things that you mentioned as your as a pain point for clients is script writing, right?
Mhm.
How does Cathie help me script write? Because I noticed you said I've got to input all of the text and then it pulls in videos. How would Cathie help me script write?
Right. So essentially, we have integrations with, ChatGPT. So using that, you can obviously put in some of the ideas and, it would come up with the text for you. Yeah.
I think just going forward, I think when you are pitching things, it really will help to have a demo. It's very hard for me to visualize and understand exactly what Cathie does as compared to other platforms, because you put a couple of pain points and benefits, but I can't see how it's all stitched together. And coming from a startup with a small team right now, something like this could actually help us. We're both direct to consumer and B2B. And we use ChatGPT, we use Jasper, we're looking at Dolly as well, but I can't understand how we would use you because I can't understand how it actually works. And, that would be very, very helpful going forward as you're pitching.
Sure. I will, in fact, post this call, I'll definitely send you, the product demo.
How do you, okay, one line, how do you deal with deepfakes or other issues linked to such kind of platform?
We don't do
Because
deepfake.
the legalities and copyright issues.
We don't do deepfake. First of all of the content that we have, right, in the videos, there are no copyright issues with this with multiple platforms. Well, I don't want to name those platforms when we are live streaming, obviously. So there are no copyright issues, and we don't do any deepfake. Deepfake is something completely different. We are not in the deepfake line of business.
No, you may not do, but what if a user does using your platform? What are the implications?
They can't do it using our platform because we don't have that feature. We don't have any Like, for example, a company like Synthesia, they are doing that, and they are obviously at a very, very advanced stage, wherein there's a face that comes up, right? And they are then generating that video, and then let's say that face is talking about a product that you've launched, and you've added some voice to it, right? So that is something that they do. But we don't have that, unless, of course, let's say if someone is uploading a pre-recorded deepfake video, deepfake video, and then it goes out, right? But then we can't take any ownership of that, obviously, because that deepfake video was not recorded through, was not produced through our content.
How are you ensuring that the images and other videos that you're pulling in are not themselves, they do not have issues? Like there are images out there that are for free, but they are it's not fake, but they're not actual images, right? They've been altered. How do you ensure
Right.
How do you ensure that?
Because all the content that we have comes through our partners. And so our partners are the ones who ensured that, there are no liabilities attached to any content that they own.
Who are those partners?
I would list those partners for credibility. Yeah. I would list them.
Yeah, so I can't name them here, but yeah.
No, in general, just as a general comment. Yes. So
yeah.
I'd like to add, first of all, thanks for the short kind of demo. I'd like to start, first of all, I think in terms of, I'm saying the obvious, but in terms of the market, I think you're definitely, in the right space. Demand for video content is obviously increasing. Videos are great for marketing purposes, for sharing on social media. So I think this is a very good kind of market for you. I did see in the homework I did see on a different I don't know, I think it was another pitch you gave, that you have over 300,000 signups and over 10,000 API calls per minute. Is this the case?
Yeah, yes.
And now you also mentioned that you're working with a lot of partners.
Right.
You have a proven traction. You need to show it. It's currently missing. So I would definitely
yes, that's actually I think the video that you saw was a investor demo video, right? I mean the pitch that you must have seen.
But that's great.
Yeah,
this is a great way to create a FOMO. And as a marketer, seeing other marketers working with your tool, I think it's very, very helpful. So I would definitely add those statistics. Again, proven traction, don't be afraid to show it. What I was struggling with is basically understanding in the very few seconds that I spent on the website, I didn't really realize what problem exactly the tool is trying to solve. Are we talking about creating videos from scratch? Are we talking about video ads like you just mentioned? Is it content repurposing, which is very timely right now? What exactly this tool is trying to solve? Which problem exactly? And I couldn't really understand that from the very first seconds I spent on the website. So I think you have here an opportunity to really explain this either with different use cases or with examples or whatever, so the user doesn't really have to overthink what exactly the offer is talking about. Where I do think there's an opportunity for you to shine is with obviously everything that has to do with automation. You're basically helping them create automated video relatively easy and quickly. This is a great advantage, and you really need to double down on that. On top of that, I would start also to think about the community. If there is an option for other marketers to upload, other marketers, users to upload their content and share this across the board, so people will start talking about it. Oh, this is great. This is a nice feature. How you did this, how you did that. I think this is also a good opportunity for you to really, you know, start building that community, which is very, very important these days. So that's my 2 cents.
Thank you. I think very, very helpful points. Thank you so much.
I think Sabrina has been raising her
Yes,
hand.
Sabrina, please go ahead.
Yeah, I have a few questions here. The first one is, if I upload my own pictures or my videos or my logo, where does that go? In other words, can others start using it if it's branded with my own? Is it part then of your larger library, or can I just protect that?
No, so when you are uploading something, you're just uploading it to your particular content, not to the
Okay.
larger library. Yeah, so
Okay.
the larger library doesn't get access to your content.
It's like Canva.
Okay. And then my follow-up question, if I may, it sounds like similar to ChatGPT, a lot of it goes into the engineering of your prompts, right?
Right.
So from that perspective, are you thinking also at potentially offering some templates to help people learn how to use the tool? Is that part of your
Yes.
approach?
That I would say that from a product point of view, this is a great question. It's actually in the roadmap. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Sabrina. Harsimran, please.
Yeah, so I had a 3-part question. Firstly, what exactly is your target audience? Is it primarily B2B, or are you even going to go to B2C, right? To give you an example, not on video editing, but on creating personalized content like Canva, I'm pretty sure everyone would have heard about it. They got into this scenario where they got into super personalization, and if you see the past reports and including the Forbes report which came out in May, they said the future is super personalization, right? And when you are talking about your software which is going to go into video editing, if you look at the market at the moment, and if you see YouTube also at the moment, I talk in perspective of India market. There are a lot of YouTubers, there are a lot of vloggers which are there, which create content. And I have also observed that there's a large community which creates these short format videos and upload them on YouTube, right? This software or this Cathie AI would obviously help these users generate this content in a much easier way, in a much faster way, right? How are you going to ensure, if you're going to ensure in future to move into B2C segment, in case if that is not your pitch, then how are you going to ensure your route map to that segment? And a follow-up question to that is that how are you going to ensure that there is no corrupt videos, to be more precise, say nudity, say in terms of any kind of obscene videos which are being created, since it's text to video. Okay, you never know what people think of, right? What is that aspect? How are you going to ensure that? And also, how are you going to ensure that somebody who's creating such videos is going to use it in the right way and not have some kind of alternate motive to it?
So first of all, this is both B2B and B2C. So right now what we are doing, actually, what you asked is a very valid thing. So right now what we are doing is that, so we have about 10 plus channel partners in the US. And through them, we are working with a lot of agencies, who are by and large creating a lot of content for the brands that they are working with. Or we are also working directly with, a bunch of brands directly. So what we do for them is that, because it's a new product, right? So we are the ones who are creating the content for them. Creating the videos for them. So, this is, in a way, let's say, we are a video agency which has, the intelligence and the resources, using technology, of course, to create content at speed, at scale, and at obviously very affordable prices, right? Because it is tech enabled. So right now what we do is that for all the B2B focus, that we have, we ask them, what is it that you need? How many content pieces do you need? Let's say if a company says that, I need 3 videos per week. So let's say, for example, 12 videos per month. So we generate the videos for them using, of course, the, technology that we have in-house. So B2B, that is how we are doing it. From a B2C perspective, we have a lot of users who are currently using it, obviously, and, playing around with the tool, giving us their feedback, etc. That is going on. But yes, this is both B2B and B2C. Then I think your next question was obviously around so all the content that is there, right? So because of the partners that we have already, for confidentiality reasons, I can't name them right now, but we can discuss that separately on a call. So they are the ones who own all the content. So they ensure that there is nothing obscene or, nothing which can essentially, be termed as not appropriate in a social perspective, right? So they ensure that, and they are the ones who are guaranteeing that all the video content is free of any such thing. And to answer your next question about what happens, what is the motive post, let's say, they've created the video, right? How they are using it now, that is something obviously which is not in our control. The reason being that, we are a product first, right? We don't have a platform like, let's say, Instagram or YouTube where, they are publishing content. So what they do post the generation, that is completely out of our control. We cannot control that in any way. But yeah, we hope that if it's a brand video, then it is being put to right use. So yeah. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you,
Sorry,
Hassan.
may I just ask one more question before all the others who have raised their hands? I'm so sorry about that. Just another question. The amount that I would pay for the subscription or the software that I'm going to use, which is Cathie AI, is close to around 2,300 rupees. I would talk in INR. Which is on a monthly basis, which is far more expensive than all the other softwares that I would pay on an annual basis. Like a direct example, a Canva would cost me 4,100 rupees for the full year, whereas Cathie AI is costing me 2,300 just for a month.
Yeah, but how many videos are you getting in that from Canva and through us? There's a difference, right? So in ours, $15, you can get 30 videos in a month. So from that perspective, if you see, we are far cheaper.
Okay.
Yeah, please go ahead. I think
Alex,
Karen has a question.
Yes. You mentioned that in terms of your go-to market, you're targeting both B2B and B2C. These are very different markets, very different personas, very different pricing. To comment on Harsiman question. When we talk about a small startup, and I'm not sure, I'm not aware of your fundraising kind of roadmap, but I would suggest to focus on a specific market, specific ICP. Otherwise, I mean, I'm concerned you're just getting lost with all the different personas, the different campaigns, the different markets. What are your thoughts on this?
Right. So, I mean, this is obviously, a separate conversation, but nice to, hear that from you, because it obviously validates the fact that, you understand this line of business so much. So thanks for asking that. I'm glad you asked. So yes, we have, parallel fundraising conversations, which are ongoing. So our focus primarily, to start with, is on B2B, of course. We have, separate enterprise plans, like I mentioned, right? That any brand which wants to work with us, we have, separate, a completely service-led model wherein, we create the content for them. So it's a complete different conversation wherein, of course, our inside sales team sort of, carries that forward. But from a B2C perspective, yes, you're absolutely right, that, these are two completely, different industries to target, right? So our focus, of course, has always been B2B because that's where the primary revenue generation also happens from, right? But B2C, again, because, there is a $15 per month plan, right? Plus it's SaaS. So B2C is something which is essentially at scale, right? I mean, 100,000, B2C users, and let's say, 10 B2B users, right? So there's a different comparison. The optics are completely different. But yes, both of the things are running parallelly from a SaaS point of view. Yeah. And yes, we are, focusing from a B2B perspective, primarily on, direct to consumer brands, and then travel companies, and then healthcare companies, people who are looking at generating a lot of content for their Instagram promotion, or let's say TikTok promotion, YouTube promotion, etc. Right? Yeah.
Can I go ahead now?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. So of course, everybody agrees that this is a wonderful industry. It's got a huge potential. But in terms of differentiation or even scalability, how do you tackle competitors like Meta with Make a Video or Google with Finaki? What are the plans around that?
Right. So, there are obviously a bunch of players now in the, generative AI based video industry, right? So, our plan is obviously the fact, I mean, first of all, the thing is that, we are small, so we are nimble. So we want to test, try, and then move and, scale fast, obviously. That is one. Second thing is that, we're looking at a bunch of partnerships that we are doing with some of the bigger players. And, instead of reinventing the wheel, we don't want to be another, let's say, equivalent of ChatGPT for videos. We want to be, able to use some of the pre-existing, APIs that are available, play around with that, build something which can, sell fast, grow fast, right? So that is the plan. And of course, some of the other events and things that we are doing, we are, trying to scale through those channels. Yeah.
Thanks, Neil. Alex, please. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. This, I mean, in complete agreement that this space is very, the problem is needed, the problem is real, and so on. Technology is needed. But to build on what Jessica was saying about, the lack of details of how the technology works, it's challenging for me to give constructive feedback because right now I'm thinking, and then the fact that you don't want to mention the partners, I find that a little strange because if any startup that uses technology should list their partners on their website. So to say, I cannot tell you who these partners are, to me, that creates doubt in my mind. And I'm thinking, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, why can't I go to Shutterstock or Adobe and get those stock videos, right? Because it seems like you're just getting those videos from Adobe, from Shutterstock, from that place, your library of videos. And then I only go in and I type some text and you bring me the video that you have tagged with that text, like running, and then you bring me a running video. Right. And so I'm thinking, why should I go to your startup? I go directly to those libraries of videos, right? Because it's generic, it's stock. So that's what I'm thinking. I think that would, I think you should be transparent in terms of how the technology works. Because if you're some kind of amazing technology that generates somehow a video, right, out of thin air, like, for example, now you can generate images of models, right? That these are not real people. These are fake, like, images or videos of models that really other big companies like retailers are using already, which, right, is a legitimate use. I mean, that's pretty amazing. If you can generate a video out of thin air, say, somebody walking around the Las Vegas Strip and you show the shoes and whatnot and you generate a video, that would be amazing. I don't know if that's what you're doing necessarily.
So from a technology standpoint, that is extremely difficult to do, to, create, even OpenAI doesn't have that technology, frankly, wherein, they can just create a full-fledged video. Essentially, what they can do is that, let's say, 1 second, like a hand moving or a face smiling or, something like that. That is still, far away. The world needs more time to get into something like that. Until then, yes, we have to use stock footage. And to answer your question, the reason we've still not announced it because this is a new product. We have a roadmap in place. So unless and until, we achieve some of the deadlines, the milestones that we've, decided for ourselves, until then, we cannot name these partners because this is a new tool. So as per the partnership agreement that we have, we are waiting to first reach the milestones. And then, yes, I completely agree with you. We definitely want to, announce the names. Yeah, it is in the roadmap.
Thank you, Alex. Jessica?
Sure, thanks. I just want to go back to something Harsimran said in terms of pulling videos and content from the web and ensuring that they're not inappropriate content. What legal protections, this is more of a business question versus a marketing question or a use question. What legal protections, Sharman, do you have in place to ensure that nobody, it's not going to pull from some bad source, let's just say, some illegal source? What protections do you have as Cathie AI to not be sued by a client?
Right. No, of course, absolutely makes sense. I mean, in fact, when Harsimran asked, it's a very valid point, right? So
it's a scary world out there, so you know that there's so much bad stuff. So what do you have to protect your organization?
Absolutely. So, the partners that we have essentially, right, the ones who have supplied the video content to us. So if anything goes wrong, we obviously make sure that, they pay for it. So yeah, we have those agreements in place, wherein first of all, they've made sure that, all of those protections are in place. They've made sure that, this content is not coming from sources or it doesn't have anything to do with, nudity, obscenity in any way. So yeah, we do have those things in place in written, with the agreement that we've got with them.
So you have a disclosure, like if let's just say I signed up for Cathie AI, am I going to sign a disclosure saying that Cathie AI is not responsible for any, any content that's pulled in from my videos? Is that clear?
Correct. Yes, that is. Yes, we make sure of that. That much is something that, we have to guarantee that there is nothing wrong with the videos. Yes.
Thank you. Sabrina, please.
Yeah, Sharman, and I apologize because at the beginning of the call, I was in and out due to my computer that was not working correctly. So you may have mentioned this, but I feel like the feedback that we're all providing is a little all over the place. Some of us focus more on some marketing areas, some others more on the business side or your partnerships, etc. So I was wondering, what type of feedback were you expecting from us today? Where would you like to actually focus? And again, you may have mentioned that already, so I apologize if you did so.
No problem. Absolutely. So I think the most important thing would be, for me to sort of get on individual calls with you all, right? And I would love to schedule that, post this. Post this conversation and sort of, figure out a way in which we can collaborate and, work together in whatever capacity that is possible, because that's what we're looking at right now. It's a new product. Yes, we've got some amazing traction so far. I can't deny that. A lot of people have, signed up. Like Karen obviously mentioned the number. Thanks for that. Yes. And, I would love to get on individual calls with you all and sort of deep dive a little more about what your particular problems are that you might be facing with, your clients or with your customers or within, your team, and how you think we can possibly add some value and, add more features, or, how do we streamline the whole thing, right? Because the ultimate USP of using this essentially is to increase your productivity, right? So I would love to get on that call with you all and explore a collaboration.
Sorry, one more. This is
Yes.
about scalability. Of course, you started on a very good note, but what are your plans for scalability? That's number one. Number two is, what is the importance, or is there any plan around platform monetization, or probably having partnership with other kind of tech platforms where it's a cross synergy and both of you gained? Because I
Yes.
believe that's a very big one, which is much cheaper compared to any B2B or B2C self-initiative. So these are the two things that I wanted to ask from a scalability perspective.
Right. No, great question. Yes, we are, actually, you answered the question for me pretty much. So yes, Sunil, we are looking at, partnering with a few other platforms. So our APIs are on the way, and very soon we also want to come up with a Chrome extension and things like that. So that what will happen is that you can just integrate it easily with your Chrome, and then it's like easy drag and drop, right? So those things are obviously there in the product roadmap. It will obviously take some time to get the APIs out, get the Chrome extension out. But yes, and post that, we are also looking at partnering with some of the large companies that actually were already named during this call, to make sure that their customers are able to leverage this, and obviously we are able to scale. For us, the number of API calls that are which are made, that is an important metric that we track. So yeah, we have a bunch of things that we're looking at doing with the partnerships with some of the larger companies out there, and with also companies like HubSpot, etc. Right? We are in talks with them.
From a B2B perspective, what kind of geographies are you targeting or already having partnership with? B2C, of course, you can go anywhere. But from a B2B perspective, which are the markets that you're targeting?
So primarily US right now, because we are based in the US. So started with US, and I mean, of course, so some part of the team is also in India. So US and India are obviously the number one market, that number one, number two for us, that we are chasing. And having said that, of course, all companies are now global, right? So irrespective of which location they are based in, it doesn't really matter. But then, yeah, US is primarily the economy that would give huge credence to anything tech related or AI related. So US, a lot of larger tech companies that we've spoken about already during the call, we are in talks with them to sort of integrate our features onto their existing platform. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for your feedback, for the guidance. Any last comment before we hang up the call?
I would just want to say that I want to set up calls with every one of you all. So please expect an email from me, and I would really, really appreciate if you could please give us like a 30-minute slot or something. I would love to get on a one-on-one call and sort of deep dive a little more. Yeah.
So one last comment is, of course, Pankaj will take care of that. But one of the ladies commented in terms of if you're going for a investment round, it is very, very important that at least from that perspective, you should stay probably around B2B. And second one is that I do a lot of stuff around B2B, cross-pollination, other companies. A very, very good route is a go-to-market approach where you partner with different people. I think that's the best one, where you don't spend millions in terms of marketing. So these two things, which is probably start with B2B and then gradually go to B2C. And the second one is the partnership route in terms of utilizing both the platforms, not only yours, but you being there on their platform and vice versa, which is your own platform monetization. So that's a big piece that has got a lot of potential.
Thank you, Sunil.
Thank you so much, Sunil. That is really, really sweet of you to, sort of emphasize on that. And I will deep dive a little more when we have a one-on-one call. But thank you.
Jessica, I think, wanted to comment.
Oh, I was just going to give you one suggestion. It would be pretty cool, especially when you are like having these roast sessions or pitching it. Remember, I mentioned the demo, having a deeper demo to help somebody really understand how it works. Do a demo using you. You're the example, right? Trying to market or create a video for Cathie AI. Use you.
Understood. Thank you so much.
That's very important. Thank you. Who wants to go next? Sabrina, do you want to go next for the final comment, please?
No, I think this has a lot of potential for sure, especially for those of us in smaller organizations where resources are limited. And so I'm looking forward to having this conversation with you, Charmin, and really maybe diving a little bit more into some areas. Similar to what Jessica, and I think Karine also mentioned it earlier, I think it would be good for us to further understand really the steps. If I was to use this, what does it mean to me? And what type of input information do I need to put in order to get the outcome that I want? So looking forward to next steps and seeing where you take this forward.
Sure. In fact, Sabrina, because you're in Austin, I would love to catch up with you.
Yeah. Let's grab coffee.
That would be amazing. Yes. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. This is really nice talking to you.
Okay. Harsimran, Karine, any last comment?
Honestly, I found this app when I was going through and I was doing my homework. I found it really interesting because on a personal front, as a hobby, I also do bike reviews and make these small videos with the new bikes which are coming out in the market. And it really had a light bulb in my head when I looked at the software, saying that yeah, there is an easier way to produce video content at a much faster pace, because with the work, with my full-time job that I am with, I get very little time to pursue my hobby, and this will somewhere help me get things done a little faster. So yes, thumbs up to the idea, and accepting all the comments which Jessica also said, that when you're pitching your software to the public and to the market, I think a demo would really help, because that will make things easier for a layman to understand even the smallest tab or a smallest tick mark on the software. Like honestly, if the demo was given in this particular call, it would have really lured me that maybe I can think of subscribing it. At the moment, I'm still being like a pendulum. Should I, shouldn't I? Two reasons: one on the costing, and second on the functionality of the software, because I don't want really to pay such a amount and then sit and explore the software. Rather, I should get a proper demo, and then I can possibly think of enrolling myself into the software.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I think that's very valuable. Karine?
Maybe just say, it's not easy to get all this feedback. So well done on that front. And obviously, there's always a challenge for being a small startup. There's always a challenge of what to do, but even more important, what's not to do. So you need to really focus on your next kind of steps, go to market, activity, etc. I think it will be very beneficial for you.
Fantastic. Karine, I think you said really well, really right, that it is very bold of Charmin to go on such a call and get feedback on a live stream session. And founders have to be able to get that kind of feedback, learn from it, improve and grow. So really appreciate everybody's feedback today. Obviously, we learned a lot, and would love to host another one-on-one sessions with you so that we can do a deeper dive and take it from there, and probably explore some collaboration opportunities. Again, thanks everybody, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Stay safe.
Thank you, Pankaj. Thanks, Shabin.
Thank
All the
you.
best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.